Why? Why YouTube?
There we go.
Hey, there we go.
I went ahead and just did it again on the multiple output.
Sounds great. Okay,
Alright.
so we're going.
All right.
We're live. I'm Aaron,
And I'm Nikita.
and this is the Middle Dot Show, where we talk about different topics. Some of them recent, some of them not. We started this show because I think that there's a lot of things that people just simply don't know about. I know there's a lot of like talking head shows where you have panels that just this is my opinion about things. This is my opinion about things. Well, you're an idiot. And I want to do something where I can talk with someone who has a different viewpoint on things, but we're not like there to antagonize each other or just to do like a 5-second like sound bite. You know, like you'll see that on news programs all the time. Like they'll be like, "What do you think about Trump's indictment?" "Oh, I think he's screwed." "Yeah, now back to you, Todd." Like,
Yeah, no, not trying
ridiculous.
to be like that.
So, we will start with a very fun topic. There were 2 incidences a week or 2 ago. There was a guy in New York. I don't remember his name. Chris, if you could pull that up, please. Who choked out a homeless man on the subway.
Yeah.
I call the white guy Iron Fist. He looks like Iron Fist from the Netflix show. I don't remember his real
I
name.
needed to look that up.
Chris, if you could pull up a picture of Jordan Neely.
There we go.
If you could pull up a picture of Jordan Neely and then pull a picture of the guy who played Iron Fist in Netflix, I think people will understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I
'cause I'm
really, like,
I
seriously,
need to see a picture.
I saw that and I was like, oh man, Iron Fist is going hard nowadays. They're trying to bring that show back? Well, buddy, that is definitely not.
I was gonna say, I was like, I didn't realize.
Maybe
it
you
was a
searched the
female.
wrong Iron Fist. We can't show that on our stream. I think you don't want to search iron fisting. I don't think that's a good idea. Like, that could have been the problem. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. Yes, there he is.
Okay.
Show that to the people.
And then.
So that is the guy who played Iron Fist. And let's see a picture of Jordan Neely, please. Not those girls. Like the actual. He looked up Jordan Neely, and there's a bunch of girls named Jordan Neely apparently. It's like seriously, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11
see,
girls
like-
there. There he is. Oh no, the one with the cop. Yeah, there he is.
Oh,
Am
yeah.
I wrong?
Yeah, I can see it.
yeah.
I see it.
Show it to the people. And there's Jordan Neely. Iron Fist, Jordan Neely.
I see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was seriously wondering if it was like a Netflix thing at first when I first saw that. I was like, wow, they're pushing these promos hard. Like,
Right.
it wasn't a bad show. It wasn't a good show. But it wasn't a bad show. Jessica Jones was way better. Like, way better. But anyway, so what happened, as far as we know, is that there's a gentleman. Pull up the gentleman who unfortunately got killed. Oh, a better way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is his name?
I don't even know.
Daniel Penny.
Daniel Penny. So Daniel Penny was on the same subway train as Jordan Neely. They got into a confrontation, and Jordan Neely put him into a chokehold,
Yeah.
and he put him into a long chokehold, and Mr. Penny passed away. Now, at first, there wasn't any sort of indictment, or there wasn't going to be any sort of criminal prosecution of Mr. Neely. And then people in New York protested. There were actually protests in the subway. And so they decided to prosecute him.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, that dude's almost smiling. That is not a good look for him.
Yeah.
That's not a good look at all.
That's so sad.
Yeah, no, that's sad.
Mhm.
That really is. We're not trying to make light of Mr. Penny's death, but like, I don't know. Like, it is kind of a strange thing because there are other pictures there, Chris. There should be a picture of the people standing around Mr. Penny, and like there is an image of it should be another one. Yeah, see, they're helping Iron Fist there.
Mhm.
That's weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so, like, you have to ask,
Yeah.
and I know there's another picture out there of, like, a guy or a woman just standing there, and another guy standing there
Yeah.
while Iron Fist is choking Mr. Penny. And, like, that is odd. Like, I think a trial, although it's messed up, I think a trial is not a bad idea. But I don't think it's gonna go like people want it to.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think you're gonna. I think you're gonna find out that Mr. Penny was making some wild threats, and that is partially because if you look at the lawyer statements, the lawyers for Mr. Penny's family at this point said that Mr. Penny wasn't threatening anyone specifically. So what does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if I went on a subway car and said, I'm going to kill everybody on this car, technically I'm not threatening anyone specifically.
But
I'm genuinely threatening everybody.
yeah.
Yeah. And I'm
But,
not saying
like,
that's what Mr. Penny said. I'm just like, that's just my example. Like, I don't understand what specifically means.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. But what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, I don't know. I just think that, as far as the people that were like standing around just watching, I mean, I feel like they definitely could have done something. I mean, somebody could have jumped in, and I don't know. I don't like what was like I don't even understand why this even happened, why he had to choke the guy, why he had to, I don't even understand.
Well, that's there should be a report about it. Let's bring that up.
Because what originally happened? Like, why did he?
From what I remember, we're gonna pull up the report here in a second because I know there's been news articles about this. Mr. Penny was threatening.
Oh, like, okay.
But like, let's read it first. I don't want to misspeak here because this is a serious matter. The guy died.
Yeah.
So let's see what it says here. Monday. Let's switch it over. So yeah. What happened? Police call reports of a physical fight inside the Broadway Lafayette station in Manhattan around 2:30 p.m. Monday. The investigation found that Neely was engaged in a verbal dispute with a 24-year-old male that escalated into a physical altercation, police said. During the physical struggle, Neely lost consciousness. Cell phone video was taken by passenger Juan Alberto Vasquez. Sorry, Juan. Showed a 24-year-old man on the ground with his arm around Neely's neck. Two other subway riders appeared to be helping restrain Neely, who was black. Like, I always find it weird when they do stuff like news articles. By the way, he was black.
Yeah, like why did you have to add that? Like, okay.
By the way, he was Protestant.
Right? Let me just add that in there.
Just throw that in there. So Vasquez was NBC New York that Neely got on the train and began to say a somewhat aggressive speech, saying he was hungry, he was thirsty, that he didn't care about anything. He didn't care about going to jail. He didn't care about. He gets a big life sentence.
That's right. That's what I
So
heard.
if
That
he's
like,
saying yes,
but it's like, I understand. I don't know. There's no reason to have choked the guy. Like I understand maybe if he was, threatening other passengers or, if he was being a threat to anybody, then I understand. But I mean,
right?
it's just kind of like, you choked the guy for however long.
Yeah.
You obviously, I mean, I'm sure you could obviously feel when his body is, gone, so it's just like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
It. So what's weird to me about that statement is he didn't care about going to jail. He didn't care that he gets a big life sentence. So what would he say that makes him go, "Oh, I don't care if I get a big life sentence"? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like we're not getting all of what he said here.
Yeah, because it's just like, then again, I mean, didn't they say that he's like homeless or whatever?
Yes.
So it's just kind of like, I don't know, that is true. Like, I don't know if maybe there were, did they cut out whatever, an argument that these two guys had beforehand?
Yeah.
Or, is this guy, crazily, homeless guy and he's just, shouting out random stuff,
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to say, like,
Because this might
it is.
because we've talked about how the media doesn't always lie, but they withhold things before.
Yeah.
So
true.
this could be a case of that. Like, I mean, like that's kind of a weird speech to have. So you're gonna be in a New York subway or on a train and say, "I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I don't care about anything, I don't care about going to jail, I don't care if I get a big life sentence." Like, that's kind of a weird speech to make.
Yeah.
Now, if you're threatening people
Mm-hmm.
and they react to that threat, and you say, "Well, I don't care. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about going to jail. I don't care about getting a big life sentence," then that makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, to be fair, if he was having mental issues, he might not be making a lot of sense at that time.
Yeah.
But there
that's
just seems
true.
to be a part of this that's missing. There doesn't seem to be a reason why or the news is not reporting a reason why he just started saying this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think there probably was a reason he started saying this stuff, like and began to say a somewhat aggressive speech.
Mm-hmm.
What does that even mean? What is a somewhat aggressive speech?
Like, I don't know.
Like, is that like a passive aggressive speech? Like,
yeah.
like, hey, I mean, that coat was real nice. I'm sure you paid a lot of money for it. I could have used that money to eat, but whatever. That's a somewhat aggressive speech.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Can we watch that video? It's gonna be like full of ads. Let's see.
I'm sorry.
I know people can hear it, but that's fine. This our monitor doesn't have audio. Can't hear what Lester Holt's saying. Turn on the CC. I have to warn you, this video is disturbing. Yeah, see, he's got him in that hole, but and they're holding him down. See, those guys are helping holding him down.
Yeah.
Like that, if the guy was just making an aggravated speech, why would someone else jump in to help hold him down?
Yeah.
So I don't think this is gonna go like people think. Now and look, I mean, they're just standing there. Like, they're helping, and
like that is just. So it's just like. That's true. It's just kind of like, okay, what else, happened, or, what was said to this guy to make him, say something like that,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
And it's just kind of like, I don't
extreme
know.
response. I mean, look. Here's the thing about. And look, I'm not some sort of martial arts expert or anything.
Yeah.
But if you put someone in a chokehold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if they're not unconscious, there's a point where they're done.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to choke someone into unconsciousness in order for them to be done. Like, there's that classic story of the cop shooting a guy 28 times because he was on PCP or whatever. He just wouldn't go down. He was on PCP. But that's usually mostly lies. And I don't think this guy was on any sort of narcotics that would make him suddenly pop up after being choked for a while and keep fighting.
Yeah.
So
no.
I don't know if Iron Fist. I don't think Iron Fist should have choked him for that long because he literally choked him to death.
Yeah.
Although they did say that he was found unconscious at the subway and he died at the hospital. We don't know the time frame. Like, we don't know how long it took from when he was found unconscious at the subway to when he was pronounced dead at the hospital.
Yeah.
So it could be.
That's true.
It could be. He was breathing, and then he died later, like an hour later, maybe 2 hours later. Who knows? And I'm not excusing what Iron Fist did. Maybe I should be saying Iron Fist, but Mr. Neely did. He just looks like Iron Fist to me. But yeah, like I'm saying, you don't have to choke someone that hard.
No.
You don't. You choke someone for a minute, they're done.
Yeah.
They're done for the day. It is possible they might try to fight you again. Doubtful.
Yeah.
Because being choked sucks. I've been choked before. I've never been choked out before, but I've been choked before. It's not fun. It pretty much, your body's like, say, man, let's go do something else for a while. Like, we're not going to like hang out and fight this person anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't understand why he was choked for that long. But I think you're gonna hear witness testimony in the trial that Mr. Neely was like probably saying some wild stuff. Maybe even threats, like wild threats too.
Yeah.
Because like the witnesses don't make sense. If it was just he was just ranting about something and Neely just came up and choked him, just because.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. Not at all.
Was there anything else you want to say about this topic? We go to the other death issue that happened that week.
Nothing else I need to add to that topic now.
Okay. Let's kick it over to what happened. I want to say it's in San Francisco. There was a security guard there who got an altercation with someone who was trying to shoplift, and the security guard choked that guy as well. So the guy, the person who was stealing, was leaving, but he kind of flexed on the security guard, and the security guard shot him, and the dude died. And the DA announced there were going to be no charges on that. Right? And there's footage of the security guard sitting there in his interview about it, going, "I did what I had to do."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a Walgreens. Is that what it was?
Wow.
Yeah. So all right. So Walgreens, moment where Michael Earl Wayne Anthony, a private security guard, killed a young transgender man. I didn't know he was transgender. Accused of shoplifting. Anthony told police later he acted in self-defense.
Of course.
And this video may be disturbing. Oh, I've not seen this video. Oh, look, there he is right there. Yeah, and he's... Ooh. Yeah, he's got that dude. He's got that dude. He's got him on the ground.
Wow.
Guy's trying to get up. He's trying to take the stuff some more. No, he put him in a chokehold. Yeah, he's got him. He's got him. Yeah, releases him. Okay. He's still trying to take off the stuff. He's like, but look. So he's leaving.
Yeah.
The guy in the white shirt is leaving.
But like,
just on a side note, it just said he constantly misgendered the guy who he shot. I mean, does that really matter at this point? Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't. The news loves to throw things in there just to like rile you up.
Yeah.
Because mislabeling transgender is a hot topic right now.
Mhm.
I mean, it's been for a couple of years, but like, you know, so they're gonna throw that in there. Oh, and he misgendered that person. Like,
it's like, really?
I think he did worse to that person in the white shirt than misgender them.
Right. But
So he calls her she. But I mean, that's the other thing is like some people who are trans, you really don't know.
yeah.
Like, you really can't tell.
Yeah.
You know.
There's some that you really cannot tell.
Yeah. But yeah, so as far as I know, I don't think there are any charges. But that person in the white shirt was leaving.
Yeah.
See, and that's weird. To me, personally, that should have been a charge.
Yeah.
Even if they're stealing something. Like I understand stopping a shoplifter. I understand fighting a shoplifter.
Mhm.
The chokehold, I mean, he let it go
Yeah.
at a good time. Like, the person wasn't... But did you see that person wasn't trying to fight anymore? They're trying to leave?
Yeah.
They're trying to get out of there. They've been
Yeah.
choked. They're trying to get out of there. And then they flexed on the security guard. You saw that flex?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure he said, boy, what?
Right.
Boy, what?
Right.
And pap, shot him after that. I don't understand why that's not getting a charge.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I really don't get that. Oh, did they actually arrest him? Let's see. Security guard freed from jail. DA. Okay, so yeah. He was free from jail. DA won't pursue charges. Yeah. So also, if you're not charged with a crime when you kill someone, it's also way harder to get a wrongful death case done against you. Like, they can still file a civil wrongful death, but your odds of winning are not great because they can point. Well, the police didn't think it was wrongful death. They let me go. Remember, old dude, old meat department guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we used to work with a guy. He got caught up in an issue. Him and his neighbor have been feuding for a while. This is what I was told. Neighbor came out with a gun to confront him about something. They fought for the gun. Neighbor ended up getting shot with his own gun, died. Meat department guy disappeared for a weekend, and he came back like Monday, and he was very upset, like very traumatized. But they didn't charge him with anything, as far as I know, because his neighbor brought the gun out there.
Yeah.
You know. So that neighbor, both of these men had wife and kids. So both the neighbor and the meat department guy. So I mean, and it sucks, but like, what do you do after your spouse gets killed?
Yeah.
You know, and there's no legal repercussion, there's no civil repercussion. And I'm not saying, in this case, you know, if a neighbor came to my house and was threatening me with a gun, I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
Or at least I'd try.
Exactly.
I'm not going to get shot.
Yeah.
You know?
Nope.
You brought the gun. But yeah, so like, it kind of sucks because that's why you shouldn't just go off on people.
Mhm.
Like, you shouldn't bring a gun.
Yeah.
If you have a dispute with your neighbor, and everyone has neighbors that are punks. Like, I had a neighbor that was a real punk.
Mhm.
But, like, you know, it's not worth the risk of you getting shot.
No.
And your family having to figure out how to make ends meet because you are no longer there. You went to Jesus.
Yeah.
You know, it's not worth it.
Sad.
Not worth it.
Nope. Not at all.
You know what's funny? I don't know. Do women have power fantasies? Like, just, you know, you ever like daydream about like owning some other, like telling some girls off or stuff like that? No?
Me, no.
Every guy has power fantasies. I've never met a guy who didn't have a power fantasy about something.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh, all of us guys. All of us. Every guy out there has daydreamed about beating the crap out of someone else. I'm serious. I'm serious. We all have. Fellas, we all have. Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
If anyone says they haven't had a power fantasy about beating the crap out of someone, that means their power fantasy is killing people. Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah. I don't know if that, I'm guessing that's a testosterone thing. I don't know. I don't know. Like, you've never, like, had an argument with some girl and then went back to your house and I'm thinking, I'm going to tell that B exactly blah, 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 blah. You just imagine yourself telling her off and she's like, oh, I can't believe you said that to me. And she's crying and stuff. And
I
you
mean,
slap her in the face.
like, I've heard stories or I had friends like that, but, like,
okay.
me, no.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm just like, nope, I've never really had, like, I guess I've never really had that kind of beef
It's not
with,
even just
like,
beef.
anybody that, like, I wanted to, like.
It's not even just beef, really. It's just like, you know, like, even I have stupid power fantasies. Like, I have the dumbest power fantasies. I'm like, what if I'm at Sprouts picking out zucchini and someone comes by and pushes my little girl? What the fuck? What does that even mean? Like, what? That's the dumbest thing. Like, if someone's gonna really come by when me and my kids are picking out zucchini and go, oh, little girl, ugh, like, that's stupid. That's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's never gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, no.
What would
like,
I do? How would I beat this person up? It's the dumbest thing.
That is.
It's dumb.
That is.
It's
that
dumb.
Is.
And we all do. Every guy does it.
That's funny.
Every guy has power fantasies, and that's like, my something I believe is, if you leave a guy alone, right? He will eventually think he is a badass. Because guys like to have these power fantasies where they beat people up, and then they start thinking they can beat people up until they get punched in the face and reality sets in.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why you see all these guys like who are just, and they're all talk. And they're all like, I'm gonna kick this dude's butt. And then they get punched or something, and they're like, whoa, this is not how the fantasy worked out.
Yeah.
In my fantasy, I punched you and you cried.
Feel like it did not work out the way I thought it would.
Yeah.
Huh.
But if you just, like, what I mean leave him alone is like, don't encourage him. Don't like give any compliments. Don't diss him. Don't encourage him.
Yeah.
His ego will tick up. Like, it will just get bigger over time. Now, I think for women, it's the opposite. I think women, if you don't encourage them or say anything negative, their ego, they'll eventually tick down. Like, they'll get more and more depressed or less ego. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I think women need more affirmations than men do. And I mean, I don't know exactly why.
Yeah, I guess I could agree with you, I guess.
Okay. It's not a bad thing or anything. I like being told I'm cool. I mean, I want to be told I'm smart and pretty, funny and kind.
Yeah, that is true, though. That is true. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But that's part of all this. Like a lot of all these altercations you see, it is usually two guys who both think they're badasses. One guy just happens to be a slightly bigger prick than the other one. And then they both think they're cool, and they're, oh, you can't, my fantasy, I punched you in the face. And so they start fighting, and then like that's when things set in. Like, you know,
So stupid.
You ever seen two dudes who can't fight try to fight? It's like it is so wonderfully terrible. It's like watching. I think honestly, I think women are better at untrained fighting than men are, because women just focus on face, hair and face. Girls go after hair and face all the time. Guys try to get all technical about it when they haven't actually been in a real fight. They're like, oh, I'm gonna come on the right, I'm gonna kick him in the leg, and then I'm gonna come around the back and punch him in the back of the neck, and like, and it doesn't work out. And then usually they just furl their arms like this.
Yeah.
Or they're both trying to kick each other from like 15 feet away, and nothing connects. And I'm not saying like fighting is not easy. Guys romanticize fighting a lot. We romanticize it a lot. Like,
what?
Oh yeah, like have you ever seen those stories where two dudes fight and they become friends? Have you seen any stories like that? Like two guys are enemies and they fight and they're like, oh, now we're besties. Yeah, that doesn't usually happen.
I was gonna say, I was like, I don't think I've ever.
That is not a thing.
It's like, does that even really?
Beforehand, they make up real quick.
Yeah, I mean, they're friends beforehand that fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, usually, if a guy punches you in the face enough, you're not gonna like him the rest of your life.
I've actually had
even if you're in the wrong.
Yeah, I actually had two friends that, I mean, they never got into like any physical fights, but like. Back in like middle school, they hated each other.
Okay.
Hated each other. And now they're like best friends. Like I think it was like senior year of high school, they started to become like real good friends.
Okay.
And even now, like they live together. Like they have like an apartment, like complex and everything. Like.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, like they, back in the middle school, they hated each other, and I forget why. I don't even know why they hated each other, but they just, like, I remember I had a birthday party. They would not talk to each other. They were just like, just go their separate ways.
Now, I can understand if it's a non-physical altercation or a light physical altercation, right?
Yeah.
But if it's a heavy physical altercation for guys,
yeah, you're
not gonna be friends later. Like all those things, anime loves to do this. Like you'll see two guys fighting in anime, and like they're like throwing super mega energy balls at each other, blowing up mountaintops, you know, beating themselves, like beating the other guy to almost death, and then the other guy's like, you know what? I know I kidnapped your grandpa and put him into a basement for 6 months, but can we be friends now? That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen.
Nope.
You can squash something and just be like, all right, you go do you, I'm going to do me. Let's never talk again.
Yeah.
That's different. But, like, be friends? Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris has brought up Dragon Ball Z, which is the premier example of this. Talk about power male fantasies. Yeah. Dragon Ball Z is just about people beating each other up. I like it. Like, I watch it, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just about people beating each other up, getting stronger. You know what's kind of sad about Dragon Ball Z? None of the most powerful people are humans. There's a lot of weird aliens in Dragon Ball Z. Like, there's a lot of weird aliens in Dragon Ball Z. There's like cat god, like Brius, who's god of destruction or something like that. The ring guy's name I can't remember. Hits from another dimension. But most of the powerful, all the humans are not great. Like seriously, they wrapped up a season called Dragon Ball Z Super. The top people were not humans. There was an android.
Oh my god.
There were Goku, Vegeta, both aliens. Frieza, also an alien.
Frieza.
There was a woman in there named 18 who was an android and trans into a human. I don't remember there actually any humans in that whole thing. I think there were. Was Roshi in there? Roshi might have been in there.
Roshi.
Master Roshi. He's like the only. We're talking about a dirty old man. Master Roshi is the pinnacle of dirty old man. The pinnacle. Yes, that guy. That's the kind of guy that wears mirrors on his shoes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Mirrors on his shoes.
Mm-hmm.
You said mirrors on his shoes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I remember that dirty old man hug I showed you one time?
Yeah.
Hey, that's his hug. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I could imagine that.
Yeah. He has power fantasies too. This whole show is power fantasy. Nothing wrong with it. Like, I like power fantasy shows too, but
yeah.
At some point, some dudes start thinking they can do a Kamehameha, and they can't. I'm gonna throw energy from my fist. It's like there was like some dude that tried to stop a car or something that was going like 25, and he found out real quick that's not how physics works. He found out real quick. It was a long time ago. I don't remember where I read this, but like some dude tried to stop a car going 25 with his bare hands, and that's when reality set in. And so apparently, as a 200-something pound man, it is very difficult to stop a half-ton vehicle.
Oh my god.
Yeah, didn't work out.
So what did he like? Did he just try to stand in front of it?
It was honestly, I read this so long ago.
Oh,
I think it was in Texas too.
My gosh, that is hilarious.
Just thought he could stop that car with his bare hands. Watched too much Dragon Ball Z. Thought he could stop that car with his bare hands.
He thought he could be what's his name? Gosh, with Will Smith.
Will Smith. Speaking of power male fantasies, Will Smith. But who was with Will Smith? What movie was this? A movie?
Yeah. Gosh, what was the name of that movie? Cause he had like some like superpowers.
Oh, the one where Broderick? Will Smith had superpowers. He was like drunk, and he picked up that car and like slammed it down on top of that building.
And then he like stopped like.
What's that movie called?
I can't even remember.
Oh yeah.
But he like stopped like a train too
Yeah,
or something.
yeah,
So when
yeah.
you said the guy like was trying to like stop the car, I'm like.
Yeah.
He was trying to be what's
He
his
carved
name?
a heart into the moon, like
Yeah.
Face Chippendale.
Right. I cannot remember
what is
that movie.
called? I want to say it was Roderick or Broderick, or I'm probably completely wrong.
No, it's similar to that because like it's ringing a bell when you say that.
Just look up we got Matthew Broderick here. Look up a Will Smith movie, Will Smith superhero movie. That will probably give you the answer.
Yeah.
No, it's not After Earth. After Earth was terrible. Like I couldn't. I tried watching that. I used to be a big Will Smith fan. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Hancock.
There we go. There we go.
I was off. Hancock.
But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, switching over to Will Smith here for a second, and Power Male Fantasies.
Mm-hmm.
That's a power male. That's a common power male fantasy. Someone says something about your wife or spouse, and you go and you smack the crap out of them. Mm-hmm. That is a very common power male fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't wanna go. I mean, everyone's talked about that thing to death.
Oh, I know.
I don't know, but I don't think that Will Smith ever privately apologized to Chris Rock. Like, the thing about public apologies is they're kind of odd because it's like, I'm sorry to my fans for what happened, and
Yeah,
I'm
but it's
sorry
like,
that
do you
blah
really mean
blah
it?
blah, and I realized after I did it, my career is tanking, so my bad. I didn't mean to. Turns out I have Tourette's in one hand, and I was gonna go up and hug him, and then all of a sudden my hands went nope and slapped Chris in the face. So they apologize privately though. So it does say Will Smith has apologized to Chris Rock after he slapped him at the Oscars, saying, I know that was a public apology.
Yeah.
I know he apologized to the Academy, because the next day he apologized to the Academy.
Yeah.
I don't think he apologized to Chris for a while.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I know that he apologized to the Academy like the next day. Actually, see that Will Smith article you pulled up. See what the date on that is. Just click the link and see if we can see the date. What's that date? Yeah. 29 March. When was the Oscar? When did it happen? I don't remember.
Oh, it was last year, it said.
Yeah.
2022.
But like, we don't want to create a free account? No, sir. No, sir. We will not be creating a free account.
Nope.
It costs too much. Does it say? Does it say when? Oh, sorry. All right. But yeah, I don't do this to death. But basically, like a lot of people others said, that's all Jada. Because Will Smith was laughing at that joke.
Yeah.
And then you don't see it on camera. You see her look, and all of a sudden, Will Smith is mad. And that power fantasy comes in his head, and he goes, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to slap Chris Rock.
Right? I'm going to go up there and
You know what's
slap him.
funny? What's funny about that? And this is going to be a wild take on this. Will Smith saved Chris Rock's career with that slap.
What do you mean by that?
Because Chris Rock, that joke he made, although I don't think he knew Jada Pinkett Smith had alopecia, could easily be seen as him picking on her having alopecia.
Yeah.
And it's hard to make jokes about people with a medical condition and it be cool. So let's say that Will Smith didn't do that, right?
Yeah.
The next day would have been Chris Rock makes joke at Jada Pinkett Smith's alopecia. Every headline in the country would have ran that.
That's true.
They would have all been saying that. Chris Rock hates people with alopecia.
That is true.
Makes fun of Jada Pinkett Smith for having alopecia.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been the next day headline.
Yeah.
For sure 100. For sure 100.
That is true.
So Chris, I don't think his career would have been ruined per se, but it would have taken a hit.
Yeah.
For sure it would have taken a hit.
Yeah.
Kind of like the hit Chris took. It would have taken a big hit.
Right.
But Will decided to go over there and slap him. So Will took the blunt of that. I mean, Chris took the blunt of it, but Will financially took some hits there. And I know they were trying a big PR thing for a while, because there was a thing on Facebook where like every other article I saw was basically how it was Chris Rock's fault. That was a thing for a while. People would say like they always have these like wild news sites that you've never heard of before.
Yeah.
Like News of Zimbabwe. And you're like, what the hell is News? News of Zimbabwe
You're like,
says it was Chris Rock's fault Will hit him. And you're like, what is News of Zimbabwe? What is
yeah,
this?
like, where's this coming from?
Yeah.
Who wrote this?
Yeah. The Mary Allen Times. I'm like, what is the Mary Allen Times?
Right? You're like, huh?
And I interviewed with a guy some years ago. His career, job, whatever he was doing, was he would make fake news sites. So I didn't take that job.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Nice guy, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
We did the interview at a Denny's.
Ah.
was a weird thing. We did an interview at a Denny's.
So he didn't have like an
He had
office
an
or
office.
anything?
It was a small office. Small office. Did the interview at a Denny's. And I was looking at stuff, and I'm looking at, he said, like, all these websites registered, and I'm like, I look at these things you show me, I'm like, they're all, like, fake news websites. Like, they're all just fake news websites he's just putting out there. And people are paying him for it. But, like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't remember any of the names of the sites, to be honest with you. Because I was just, like, looking. Because there was some article. This was back in 2013, maybe, or 2012. There's some article that I knew was false. Like, I read that. I saw the headline. I was like, that's not right. And I can't remember what it was. I just remember thinking, oh, that's not right. Oh, this is a fake news website. Oh, I found it. I found the fake news. Found the fake news creation in the U.S. They're not even Russian.
That's insane.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. Didn't take that job. Did not want that job.
Good.
Be put out articles.
Right.
Actually, what happened was Will Smith tripped while walking up stage, and he just stumbled forward and slapped Chris Rock by accident. Yeah.
Right.
It was all an accident.
His hand just went out of control.
Yeah. Why did Chris Rock put his face into Will Smith's hand? That is the real question.
Exactly.
The way people spin things is just ridiculous.
Right.
There's so many ways people spin things.
They will.
So yeah, I think he's banned from the Academy for 10 years. But it's self-imposed in a sense. Like, he quit the Academy before they could kick him out. Because they were going to kick him out. If you get kicked out, you can't come back. Like, you're done forever. So he is out he quit, resigned, and then they said, well, now it's like 10 years. Yeah. So he's out of the Academy for 10 years. And, like, I think he had that movie Emancipation that came out later, like, I think earlier this year maybe, or last year, or late last year. And they were trying to, it was a movie about Will Smith being a slave. And I saw articles about that too, like trying to like trump up the movie. They're like, something like, that time a white actor spit in Will Smith's face on a movie set. And you're like, what? And so you click it, and it's about the movie Emancipation, which the white actor probably did because that's what he was directed to do, because that's what the script calls for. You know, it's one of those things. Like, and media does this stuff all the time. Like, all the time. They're like, can you believe this person of this color did this to this person of that color?
Yeah, and then
it turns out it's like nothing.
Yeah.
It's just nothing. It's all just clickbait. That's all it is. Oh, I got, what did I say, 5.4 stars out of 10?
I think so.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's not good. But I don't know, like, this is hard. It's hard to see if that's like, is that because it's not a good movie or because of Will Smith now?
Yeah, it's true.
You know, I'm not going to see that movie.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not going to see it.
I mean, I had no interest in seeing it. I was like,
yeah.
Not only because, I mean, I guess, yeah, because of Will Smith, but like, it just, I mean, well, first of all,
45% Rotten Tomatoes? Ooh.
Like,
I mean, that's not the worst movie, but it's not great.
Not only does it not look that good to me, but to be honest, I never really saw much advertisement for it, though.
It wasn't. I mean, it came out after the slap, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, they probably purposely did not.
I don't think a lot of channels wanted to run advertisement for Will Smith movies after that.
Because I was just thinking, I was like, you know, I know it doesn't really seem that good to me, but I'm like, I never really saw much advertisement for it, or like I never really saw many previews for it either.
Yeah.
So
I would,
and it makes
I
sense.
would, I
you
would
know?
bet a lot of people passed on promoting that movie.
Yep.
They were like, "Oh, yeah, sorry, Will. We're gonna go in a different direction. That direction is the hell away from you."
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know if he'll make a comeback or not. Because I mean, there's going to be, like, at some point, people are going to miss Will Smith because he is an iconic actor.
Yeah, but I
You
mean,
know?
he's getting older though too. Like,
What does that mean?
I mean, like,
As ages
Well-
and rears its ugly head. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, he's banned from what for 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. He can't do
You
that
know,
for 10
so
years.
yeah, so it's
Well,
just kind of
Harrison
like.
Ford's still making movies. He shouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't look. I like Harrison Ford. My wife is a huge Harrison Ford fan, right? Dude, we're not gonna see Dial of Destiny. we're not gonna see it.
You're like, no.
We're gonna wait for that to go on Disney Plus, and then we might take a look at it. Cause I mean, there's a time to stop. And I know that's mean.
You're like,
And look, Harrison Ford could honestly pay people to kill me, no problem. Like, he's got that kind of money. He's been a great actor.
Yeah.
I want to say, my wife's a huge Indiana Jones fan.
How old is he?
Oh, I don't know. He's up there.
But you were saying you're not a huge.
Regarding Henry is a great movie that I love, but
but
he's 80.
He's 80. Okay.
But
But
like,
still,
you know,
like he
I
needs
just
to
don't.
just stop.
It just feels like a cash grab.
Yeah.
You know, like in terms of Indiana Jones movies, first one's great, second one's great, third one's great, fourth one, not great. I personally feel this is what I personally feel what happened to the fourth one. I feel that the writers of the fourth one said, "Look, we're gonna get together. We are going to have a huge writing session over the weekend, and we're going to get this thing written out, and it's going to be a great movie." And so someone said, "Hey, do you mind if I bring my kid? My wife's going to be out of town. Can I bring my kid?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, bring your kid, no problem." Another writer said, "Hey, can I bring my kid too?" Like, yeah. So like all the writers and their kids went to this retreat, and at that retreat, all the writers went to a different room and got drunk and stoned and passed out. And while that was happening, their children got together and said, "Hey, why don't we write an Indiana Jones script and we'll submit it to our parents and they'll love it." And so the kids got together and wrote that script. And then, you know, it's probably like half crayon, some pencil, some pen in there on some pages. And then all the writers sobered up after the weekend was over and went, "Holy crap, we don't have a script. What are we going to do?" And then one of them said, wait, I think my kid handed me a script about, yeah, why don't we just use this? And they're like flipping through it in that kind of like, in that panic mode where you know something's not good, but you want to get it done anyway.
Yeah.
And so they're like panic flipping. "Oh yeah, great, ants. We'll just ants. Well, ants are great. More Nazis. Okay, why not? More Nazis.
Right.
And then that's what they handed in, and that's what that movie was. That's just my theory. I don't know. I don't know anyone on the writing team. Just watching that movie, I felt like I thought kids wrote the entire thing. At the end, aliens.
I didn't even keep
Spoiler
track
alert,
of it,
at
though.
the end of that movie, aliens.
I didn't even keep track of all the movies though.
It's so not good. It's such not a good. Look at this. I don't know if Chris can switch it over, but look at this. Look at this. Oh, that's
This
a
is
callback to it's a callback to the first movie. And look at that. That looks terrible. And like it's just dumb.
What?
It's just, they're in one of those Gravitron things from the state park. Remember Gravitrons in the county fairs? You get on it, it spins.
Oh.
Yeah, they're basically in an alien Gravitron. That's what they're in.
Oh my god.
I don't know what they're called. Like, I mean, they had different
Neither.
names in different places. Where I'm from, they were called Gravitrons.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, terrible movie. Oh, I know, aliens. Aliens.
The real treasure was the friends you made along the way.
Yeah. The real thing is those kids are probably not running real movies. And that's how we got the Doll of Destiny. I'm guessing. I don't know. I saw a preview for that, and people were upset they're de-aging Harrison Ford in that movie. But like, it's supposed to be in the past anyway. Like, what are they gonna have? Like 80-year-old Harrison Ford, like in the 40s? Doesn't make any sense either. Oh, there already is there's already a review for it? I know that was already out. Is that already out?
Yeah, it's out.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Yeah, that'll be on Disney Plus soon. Let's see. Indiana Jones Doll of Destiny review. Harrison Ford plays the aging Indy in a sequel that serves up nostalgic hokum? Hokum, okay. Minus the thrill. I mean, it's like, what do you want him to do? He's 80.
Yeah.
Like, and this is no disrespect to Harrison Ford. Actually, I think Harrison Ford's really cool. I don't know a lot of actors who fly their own helicopter to set. Like, he did that.
Did he really?
Oh yeah. He has a pilot license. He has a helicopter license. He accidentally landed on the taxiway of an airport one time.
Yeah, he did that.
Yeah. Runway was a little small, Harrison. Runway was a little small. Yeah, it's a little plane. It's like I think it was a prop engine plane. He just going right on the taxiway, which, by the way, is a huge FFA violation. Like a huge.
Oh,
they probably pulled his license. Probably. I don't know. Yeah, it's still in 2017. Yeah, on taxiway at St. John Airport in Santa Ana. Oh, okay. He flew over a Boeing 737.
Oh
my goodness. Yeah. Oh, he had to complete awareness training. Awareness training. Can you see the runway, Mr. Ford?
I know, right?
Are you aware that planes go on the runway, Mr. Ford?
Right.
Like, what is awareness training? You know what though?
God.
I don't know. I feel like the FAA was being lenient because he's Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Because I don't know a lot of pilots. I really don't. But like, I would assume if you're landing on taxiways, they are really not cool with that.
Yeah.
And they will really pull your license. Like
I would imagine.
Yeah. I'm guessing, but like, you know, he's a cool guy. Like, I would like to meet him. I don't know what he'll be.
Because he was saying that if he did that, he'd get his license pulled. Because my dad was a pilot.
Oh, your dad was a pilot? So Chris's dad was a pilot, and yeah, Chris's dad said if he did that, he'd get his license pulled, which, yeah, I completely agree. That's what would probably happen to most people.
Yes, it should.
But like, if he's like, I don't know if he still flies. I really don't know. You know what's funny? I can ask someone. Here's a funny story. Caitlyn Jenner comes near here every now and again.
Really?
Yes. When she is in town, I have seen her hang out at a certain place. If I see her, I've seen her like 2 or 3 times. If I see her again, I will go and ask her, do you know Harrison Ford? Does he still fly? Does he? Did you ever see? Oh, actually, no, you don't really hang out around here. It's not very often. It's like been over. It's like I've seen her a couple times throughout the years. It's not like I know where she's going to be on Friday or anything.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
If I see her, I'll ask her, does Harrison Ford still fly? She flies a lot, too, from what I know.
Oh.
And I know this because she was sitting about 20, 30 feet away from me, and I could hear her conversation clearly because she is loud.
Is she?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow. Seems like she'd be loud, though.
I was trying to do homework with my kid, and my daughter could not hear me over Caitlyn Jenner, who was 20 to 30 feet away. She's loud. I'm sure she's nice. Haven't met her. So I'm sure she's nice. But loud.
Wow.
And it was okay. I mean, but she talked about airplanes a lot to this other guy who looked familiar. Like, I haven't seen him. I know I've seen him before, either in a movie or as part of a movie crew or something. but I can't place who he is. And if I see him again, I'll probably recognize him. But yeah, I think she ran for office or something, right? Yeah, bid for California governor.
Yes, didn't she?
Yeah. I guess to be governor out here, you just got to be loud.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, Miss Jenner. When was that though? That was 21. Yeah. I don't know when the next election is for governor out here. By the way, we're in California. I'm happy saying that we're in California.
Yeah.
There's only 335 million people
Right.
here, or something
Only.
like that. There's only
Only.
335 million people here. Was it 22? Okay. Because I know they tried to recall him at one point. They tried to recall Newsom at one point, and that did not work. It was during the pandemic, and people were upset because they had to follow pandemic rules. And I know the pandemic was pretty terrible for a lot of people, but man, do I miss pandemic traffic. You could get places in a reasonable time during the pandemic. You have no idea. For those of you watching outside of California, how difficult it is to get 20 miles.
Yeah.
It is difficult.
Yeah.
You do not just leave your house and get somewhere in a reasonable time. There's always traffic. There's always some idiot weaving through traffic, causing more problems.
Yeah.
Always. There's always. Look, I ride a bike, and there's always some motorcyclist riding like a dum-dum, like in the road. Always. It is. I get mad about it because it's just like, so did you just forget all the stuff you had to learn about riding bikes? Like, did you just not care about it?
Exactly.
Dudes, I've seen motorcyclists riding on the shoulder. You're not supposed to. The rule was you're not supposed to split lanes unless traffic is slower than 30 miles per hour, 25 miles per hour, something like that. Yeah, you're not supposed to split lanes going 80. I see people splitting lanes going 80 all the time.
Yeah.
Like you're going 80. I mean 65. I'm sorry, 65. Speed limit out here 65.
Yeah.
I mean you're going 65. And you see some guy riding his bike recklessly going like faster than you, splitting lanes, like riding between cars. And you know what? I hope they don't hit anyone or get hit, but I would not feel sorry for them if they did. I would feel sorry for the car they hit.
Yeah.
But I do not feel sorry for them because that is them being reckless.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I've seen people split lanes on a 2-lane road. Yeah. 2-lane road, right? Dude is riding in the middle.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. That's not a thing.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen people on motorcycles riding on the shoulder. Seen that. But I mean, honestly, a lot of people ride on the shoulder out here. Like you see people driving on the shoulder a lot. They're like, I don't want to wait in traffic. I'm going to ride on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Well, I am super cool. So you do see that a lot.
That's true, though.
Yeah, it's terrible. Do we actually have anyone in chat? I just assume no one's watching us. That's a terrible assumption because we really would like people to watch us. But I just assume no one's actually watching us.
We got 2 on Kick.
What? We have 2 people on Kick? Yay! Thanks for joining us. We would love if you would make a comment or 2 in the chat so we're sure it's not just us watching us. Because I don't know if Kick filters out yourself. It might not. I have no idea. But, you know, whatever. Talk if you want to. Dun, 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 dun. You can talk. You can talk. The problem is I'm not wearing a low a low cut enough shirt. That's my problem. That's what's gonna tank this whole thing. Is I gotta learn to dress sexier. That's the problem.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I know what it is. No, it's me. It's me. I'm just gonna like.
So you're just
how can I
gonna.
fix this? I can just wear this, and then like a bra, and then implants. Right? That'll get people to watch this, and then maybe we can like educate them too at the same time. That'd be interesting, right? Just saying, just an idea. Or like get it
That
like,
will be
like some
interesting.
big like foam thing, so we're like the fake boobies are up to here,
Oh my
so you
god.
can't see it. Like, it's just like my eyes and like fake boobies that come down.
No.
No? Come on, we gotta do something.
Oh,
Nikita.
Aaron.
It's like our third or fourth broadcast. No one's watching. We gotta do something.
Oh god.
All right, let's get back on track here.
Yes.
Where were we? We were talking about the security guys. I did want to go over guns a little bit because the second guy who was unfortunately killed was shot in the chest. Banco Brown. Yeah. Mr. Brown was shot. But like it's kind of like, and I've seen this before out here. I've not seen this in other places, but like in California, I see a lot of security guards with guns.
Yeah.
Like, that's a thing out here.
Yeah.
Like I want to say, I don't know if the mall cops have guns or not. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because there's mall cops I've seen. They look like they're 12. Like it's like
I know.
they always look like it's their first day.
And it
Okay,
could.
off-duty police. It's off-duty police officers. Yeah. I was wondering if like mall security. Yeah. Security guards in California allowed to carry guns while on duty. Yeah. Like I was in LA one time, and I had to go to a meeting, but I wanted to get something to eat, so I went and pulled up in this like little like business complex. Wasn't that big.
Yeah.
And there was a dude there. It was a security guard. He was strapped. One on the hip. He had another one in a weird place in the front, maybe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was weird. Like he had like 2 or 3 guns on him, and I'm like, and the big thing on security says on the back of his shirt. I'm just like, it was Jack too. It was nice. Like I talked to him because he asked me what I was looking for.
That's
what are you looking for?
insane.
Oh, I'm looking for a place to eat, man. I'm fat. Come on.
That's
yeah, I mean, he
insane,
was
though.
strapped.
But that's kind of like scary that it's just kind of like you don't know if that's a cop or like a security guard, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like, I mean, I shouldn't say it's scary, but it's just like, that's just insane that you can't even tell the difference. And it's just like, why don't you just label them as cops then, you know, pretty much? Like, I feel like if they just do a few more tests and whatnot, you know, they're pretty much cops. Like,
Yeah. I do know there are officers who do work security jobs off duty.
that is true.
What I'm always curious about is, so basically, let's say that you get in an altercation with the police, okay? And the cop fears for their safety. They can basically mow you down. There doesn't have to be, there's not much you can do about it. Even legally. There are instances where the police are held accountable for things like that.
Yeah.
But they're the exception, not the norm. Okay? So, does that apply with off-duty cops? Like, for example,
That's
I mean,
true.
even though the guy who was working security at Walgreens isn't getting charged, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say there's an altercation like that, but the dude working security was an off-duty cop, and he shoots and kills the suspect, the person trying to shoplift or whatever. does the off-duty cop get like qualified immunity? Does he get all the protections that cops usually get when dealing with when they
I see
shoot
what you're
people?
saying.
Basically, like, do they get all those protections and whatnot?
Yeah.
I don't
That's-
know, because I mean, I want to say, because there was a case, and Chris, I'm gonna have you look this up too. A off-duty cop shot someone at a Costco.
Oh.
So from what I remember,
I think I remember that.
there was a guy there with his parents. The guy was off-duty
Oh,
Los Angeles police
yeah.
officer fatally shot a developmentally disabled man during a confrontation in a Corona Costco, as well as critically wounded. Oh, I didn't know he hit the parents too. Critically wounding the victim's parents. Oh, there it goes. Now, was he charged with anything? Let's see, fatally shot. All right, confrontation Costco, as well as critically wounded the victim's parents, all of whom were unarmed, must stand trial. Okay, on voluntary manslaughter charges. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I want to say, and my information's old. Did that actually? Wait, when was this? This should have gone to trial by now. All right, that was a couple years ago. Oh, yeah, it was August 2022. Oh, my bad. So,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Let's see.
Like 8 months ago, 9 months ago. So no, that might not have gone to trial yet. So okay, no, that's good. Okay, because yeah, can you scroll up just a little bit? He shot for 33-year-old Salvador and Sanchez Corona on manslaughter count, as well as 2 counts of assault. Because what I remember hearing, and this was back in August, I don't remember all the details, is like the parents were around so the guy apparently punched the off-duty cop's kid or assaulted the kid somehow. That's what I remember hearing. We'll have to actually look and see, but that's what I remember hearing. And then the guy basically pulled his piece, and the parents were around the guy asking the cop not to shoot him, and the cop shot them anyway.
Yeah.
Apparently he shot all 3 of them.
Because I can't remember the details, but...
Yeah. You know what's sad? There are so many stories like that, I can't keep them all straight.
I know. That is
Like,
true.
there are so many shootings now.
That's exactly true.
I just can't keep it straight. I just can't. And
Like, there was just another shooting, where was it? Was it Tennessee or something? I can't even remember where or whatever, but there was just a shooting not like a few days ago.
yeah, honestly,
other
Chris, if
state,
you look up
yeah.
shooting in the past 2 days, you'll probably have like 3 or 4 answers.
Yeah.
There's so many shootings.
It was like I didn't
so
get a
many.
chance to read it, but I was just like, wow, another one?
Yeah.
But it was like, gosh, I can't even
Yeah, look at that.
remember.
Last 72 hours, Gun Violence Archive. What happened the last 72 islands? 72 hours. June 11th, Tennessee, Memphis. There we go. And then there was Minnesota. And there was Oklahoma, California, Kentucky, Indiana, Wisconsin. This is all the 11th. That's today.
Yeah, that is insane.
That's today.
That is insane.
New York, Colorado, North Carolina. Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
Yeah, look at that. That's crazy. So we're at gunviolencearchive.org.
Hey, we just found the 10th.
Oh, wow. Is that on the second
Wow.
page?
Yep.
We had to go to the second page
Insane.
in order to find yesterday.
Insane.
Next.
Jeez. And that's the Sabbath.
That is sad.
We're on what? We're on the 10th, but we're on like page 3 of the 10th?
5.
Page 5? Well, no, but like 2 pages were the 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is like page 3 of the 10th.
Jeez.
4.
All of those.
Sad.
Yeah. Maybe some of those are doubles or something? No. You can even see the victim injured. Like, look, 4, 1, 3, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 0, 0.
Yeah.
Okay. But, like, even if you filtered out 0, that's not the majority of this list. Anyway.
But yeah, it's just like there's just too many shootings happening.
Yeah. So what should we do?
I don't know, like, I mean, they need to change. I mean, I don't know what they could do, but I mean, laws need to change and whatnot.
Well, let's talk about that. So, we have the Second Amendment. You have the right to bear arms, which I agree with. I do. A lot of countries that do not have an amendment like the Second Amendment or something in their laws where normal people can carry guns, if you want to find a military coup, turns out a lot of those countries have laws where citizens can't carry guns.
Dang.
Yeah. That's why you get military coups, because the military goes, okay, you know what? We have the guns.
Yeah.
We're just going to take over.
Jesus.
So I understand the point of the Second Amendment. I really do.
Yeah.
There are some things I think you can, like, curtail, like, let's say, bump stocks. Bump stocks, I think, are still illegal. They were a thing. I don't know. I want to say I heard something about that was ending. You see if bump stocks are legal again. All right, still banned. Good. I wonder what that article. I saw some article about it maybe coming back, but I'm glad. Oh wait. However, a federal appeals court struck down the ban on bump stocks in January 2023, and another federal appeals court has also ruled against a nationwide ban on bump stocks. You know what a bump stock is?
No.
Okay.
So I was thinking, I was like, what is that?
So on a rifle, the stock is basically what you put against your shoulder, right?
Okay.
When you're shooting, right?
Okay.
So, yeah, that part, the back part. There you go. That's the stock. That also has your handle on it, right? But not your trigger. What a bump stock does, it allows the recoil, like when you shoot, it recoils, right?
Okay.
The recoil of the gun to reload the weapon. So instead of you having to eject and manually load the weapon again, the bump stock does it for you every time you fire.
Okay.
What that allows you to do is just hold the trigger.
Yeah.
You're not technically, like, I don't remember exactly how it works, but like you're not technically pulling it. You're not doing this. You're not constantly pulling the trigger. You're just holding it in a position, and the gun is moving to where it's going to reload fire constantly.
Okay.
Or maybe that's how. Maybe it's just fire constantly. Maybe it's not reload. Yeah, I think it's just fire constantly. But you're supposed to be able to pull the trigger every time. You're not supposed to have an automatic weapon where you just hold it and it just sprays out.
Yeah.
That's the idea. You're supposed to have a. So a bump stock goes around that, and there is no point in that. Like, I mean, you're not gonna hunt with that. You would, like, if you were gonna do deer hunt with a bump stock, you would saw that deer in half. Like, you would literally saw that deer in half with your spray of bullets.
Yeah.
There is no point of, like, and I've heard that argument. Well, if I want to go hunt rabbit, like, what the hell are you talking about, hunt rabbit? What are you gonna do? Decimate its burrow? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Be picking shell out of that meat forever. That's ridiculous. Bullets.
Gosh.
But yeah, there's no need for that. There's no need for that at all.
But
it should be banned. It really should be banned. That is just a way to get an automatic weapon.
So just
and there's a reason we banned automatic weapons in this country in the first place is because of the amount of people you can kill before there's any sort of response.
Yeah, that is
And that's
true.
really, that's most of our bans on weapons are, it's not that you can't go and kill someone, because you can go and kill someone with a pistol if you want to. You can go into a Walgreens or wherever and shoot people with pistols all day,
Yeah,
or until the cops show up.
yeah.
Sometimes people get away with it, by the way. There's a guy who shot at a store, I think it was in Texas, and he left before the cops showed up. Yeah, I think he turned himself in later. Something like that.
Oh.
Um,
I think I know which one you're talking about. I think
Yeah.
yeah.
He got away.
Yeah.
He was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, and that's like the reason we have bans is because it's not that you can kill people, it's how many people can you kill before there's a response.
Mhm.
If you have an automatic weapon, you can kill a lot of people in a short amount of time
Yeah.
before there's a response. That's why we don't allow explosives.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You can kill a lot of people in a short amount of time.
Exactly.
You know?
It's just like that Las Vegas shooting. I mean,
Yeah.
even that's like a good example of that.
Yeah.
You know, and even what's worse is just like, I mean, cops couldn't even tell where it was coming from at first, you know? So that took even longer, you know?
I mean, most people who do this kind of stuff want to get caught or shot in the end.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who just want to die by cop.
Yeah.
And that's how they think they're going to do it. And there is a fame aspect to it. And because, you know, there are people out there.
That's insane to me. that
Well,
people are
I
like
mean,
that.
that's part of the mental health argument that a lot of pro Second Amendment people have. They're not wrong. Like, that's the thing. That's the thing about a lot of these arguments. No
Yeah.
one is entirely wrong, but no one is entirely right either.
Yeah,
That's
true.
one of the main issues. Because,
That's
like,
true.
is there a mental health issue with these shootings? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There is a mental health issue with these shootings.
Yeah.
Is there a lack of gun control with these shootings? Yes, there is a lack of gun control with these shootings.
Yeah.
Both these answers are correct, but neither single answer solves the problem. You know, there are a lot of ways to get around background checks. There are people who get weapons who shouldn't have weapons because there are people who think that there was one of the shootings. The guy got the gun from like his grandfather or father-in-law or something, because the grandfather thought it would help him feel better.
Wow.
Something like that. I would have to look it up, but something like that. Like that's you can give relatives weapons without doing background checks, at least in some states. So yeah, and like I want to say this person I'm talking about, I honestly don't. There's been so many shootings, I can't remember which shooting it was.
I know.
Like I just can't. I really honestly can't remember. I used to be able to know most of them, like the ones from like the early 2000s, the 90s and stuff. Like there was Columbine, there were some other ones, and like but there's so many now. I cannot remember which one is which, and that's terrible.
I mean, luckily the kid didn't do anything, and he wasn't planning to do anything.
He shot some people. No, he shot some.
But there was
he did
just
some stuff. He did some stuff.
There was just like an elementary kid like last week. He bought a gun to school.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I guess they said that he wasn't planning to do anything or whatever. He was just gonna show it off. Yeah. But it's just like, I'm like, how are these kids like getting access to these guns?
These kids getting look,
like,
so go ahead. Sorry.
No, go right ahead.
I grew up with guns.
Mm-hmm.
My dad had a gun closet that was locked, that had a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol, and a lot of pornography. So, I mean, he had a pornography closet that also happened to have guns. That's basic, because like I'm not saying it's a lot, but like it was like half full. Let's go with that. God. It was half full.
Dang.
And it was like old stuff from like the 70s and 80s. Really more of a
Yeah.
vintage collection for collectors out there. I still have some of those in a box.
The old
Should keep.
Playboy footage.
I should probably keep it in a safe somewhere, you know, because it's my inheritance. That's what I got. I didn't get money. I didn't get property. I got a box of my dad's old magazines.
Oh god.
That is a true story.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. But anyway,
But
so
yeah.
but it was all locked up all the time.
Yeah.
Technically, because when I became 13, I figured out how to get into the closet because the locks on that thing were terrible.
Oh.
But like seriously, when I was 13, no, I'm a liar. I was 11. I was 11 when I figured out how to pick that lock, because it was one of those real flimsy. You know how your mailbox lock is, that kind of flimsy bar thing.
Oh.
You're right.
Yeah.
You just turn. Yeah, it was like one of those. I figured out. Did I pick it or did I find the key? I probably found the key. After a while, I learned how to pick it, but I think I found the key the first time.
Yeah.
So, and kids will do that. Like, kids go through your stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So, like, if you have stuff locked up, there's a good chance your kids know how to unlock it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I figured out how to get in that closet. Not really for the guns, but for other stuff. And you know, what? I mean, vintage, Nikita. Vintage stuff from like the 70s. You haven't watched it until you watch it on 8mm. That's all I'm saying. Vintage magazines that don't exist anymore. Who remembers Adam X? Anyone remember Adam X out there? No one? No? Okay, it's fine.
Oh my
It's fine.
gosh, Aaron.
It's fine.
Aaron.
Well, some of the stuff was quality work. The letters to Penthouse is quality work.
No.
I think he had one through 3, something like when it first started. I don't know. Yeah, he had a couple of books. Anyway, let's get back to the topic before things go off.
Right.
So, yeah, so you can lock it up. Your kids will find a way to get to it.
Yeah,
That's gonna
true.
happen. But there are people out there who just like put it in a shoebox on top of the closet.
Yeah.
They put a pistol in a shoebox top of the closet.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I don't know if a gun closet's fine as long as it has like a good lock to it.
Mm-hmm.
Not one of those flimsy sort of
Yeah.
mailbox key lock. And that's what it reminded me of, a mailbox key lock.
But like not something
But
that.
like a real like number pad
Yeah.
sort of security
something.
code thing. That's fine. But like that kid who brought that gun probably found it in a shoebox under the bed or something.
Yeah.
No, my sister's, not my sister, my girlfriend's grandfather keeps all his guns because he's a Vietnam vet, and safe, like this big, beefy looking safe that looks like it belongs to Fort Knox.
Yeah, but at least if you guys can't hear Chris, his girlfriend's grandfather, who's a Vietnam vet, keeps his gun in a beefy safe. But he doesn't keep beef in there, so it's okay. What else does he keep in that safe?
I've heard stories
Adult
about
movies.
a
Adult
pornography
movies.
stash. I do not know if it's true.
It's true. Chris just said he heard stories about a pornography stash. He doesn't know if it's true. It's true. It's
Okay, cool.
true.
Thank you for the
He
confirmation.
probably has stuff from like the let's see, Vietnam, like the 50s, maybe the 60s, some of the 60s.
Yeah.
It's probably all like Flower Girl psychedelic
Oh
stuff.
gosh.
It was like it was like the letter to Penthouse. He probably has the first letter to Penthouse. I don't even know when Penthouse was founded, honestly. I think it was the 70s, but I'm not sure.
I don't even know.
But yeah, that's funny. I always wonder. I not always wonder. I almost sound like a super pervert. But it's I kind of wonder like what people did before print media. in terms of that stuff. Like, where they're like drawing figures in the dirt. like there's like a secret cave all the men knew about, and they were like drawing nudie pictures in the dirt.
Oh my god.
65? Penthouse started in 65? Wow.
Really?
Wow. Okay, yeah, so he could have the first letter to Penthouse.
American photographer.
That is American photographer. That's wonderful. I think Larry Flint passed away, right? Was that Penthouse? No. Larry Flint was Hustler. Not that I would know. But Larry Flint, I think, there's a movie about that, too, because they tried to shut down Hustler, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
The government tried to. Anyway, back to guns and things going off. So, yeah, the kid probably found, it was probably in the shoebox and under the bed or something.
Probably, yeah.
Guys, I've noticed guys try to hide stuff up high. Women try to hide stuff down low. And I think that's just a height thing. I think guys are usually taller, so they try to hide stuff up high.
Yeah.
But could be the top of the closet, could be under the bed.
Yeah.
No one's gonna search under my bed for. Yeah, they are.
Right.
They are. I've searched under beds, looking for like toys or something. Like seriously, I've searched. I'm like, ooh, what's this? Open the drawer. Oh, why is that red? Close the drawer. Have that awkward conversation with my mom. You know, it's happened. It's happened. Okay, it's happened.
Oh man.
Why does it have a plug? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why is it plug in the wall? You know?
You're like, why this? Why that? Why this?
Why it has a 2-cycle engine and takes like oil mix? Like, why does it have a 2-cycle engine? Why does it got a crank? Vroom, vroom,
My God.
like, why?
Aaron.
What?
Oh my goodness.
You know, there was a time where doctors would prescribe women with hysteria, and they would use a medical device.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 I've heard of that.
That was called medicine at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. Has anyone seen this wonderful conversation? Oh, wait, we lost someone. No. It's okay. Thanks for staying. Oh, you got two back. Welcome back. You missed all the interesting talk. Whoever left and came back, or someone else came.
Right.
Speaking of coming, like, you know, like coming to the show. Anyway, back to gun closets. So, yeah, I look. I grew up with guns. Okay, when I was a kid, and I mean like in 5th or 6th grade, we had hunter safety courses. We went from my middle school across the street to a field and shot clay pigeons.
Dang.
Yes. We used to call it skeet, but you can't since that that Little John song came out. Little John ruined the other term for clay pigeons called skeet. You can't use it's clay pigeons. That's what you used to call it. You used to call it shooting skeet. You can't say that anymore because of Little John. You ruined it. It's true. Can't say it anymore. People get the wrong idea. So yeah, we went out there like we were like 11, 12 shooting clay pigeons. I did ask some friends from middle school like what they were. I think some people told me they were 410 crack barrels. I think. Someone said they might have been 22s, but I think those are too powerful. So I'm gonna guess 410 crack barrels. But basically, pop it open. You know those movies you see where they pop the top open? And those are basically those. Single shot those, not double. Something like that.
Dang.
Yeah. And look, no one I know from middle school has ever decided to go shoot people. So there is an argument to be said that, you know, gun owners aren't going to go out and shoot people. I get that. That's true. No one from my old school. I don't think
Yeah.
even my neighborhood would go out and shoot people. But that being said, now that I'm thinking about it, I think someone from my neighborhood did commit armed robbery. I'm just saying. I think they did commit armed robbery.
Wow.
I know someone was put in jail for trying to steal ATVs. That was a thing. So, yeah.
Wow.
But no one I know is like went for shooting people. Like went to jail for shooting people. But you know, it's just
but-
like how like I don't think there's ever gonna be a great answer to this unless now there is a country, I want to say it's Norway or Sweden, where they have a lot of guns too. However, everyone serves in the military.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like you have to serve in the military at some point. So maybe that's an answer. You know, you can have a gun, but you have to serve in the military and teach you how to use it. Because there are people who go out and shoot other people. Usually, they're not professionals. They're usually people who just get mad and want to go shoot people.
Yeah.
And there's that thing where the shooters are what's the word? They're not praised. They're just like they get a lot of attention. They get known for what they did.
Yeah.
You know? And maybe we can stop doing that too. Just there's no reason that these shooters need to have like a profile done on like the nightly news.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like there was that
That's
person who shot up a school, and people were arguing about the fact that the news kept using their like dead name. Like it was a trans person. I think it was a woman who trans into a man. And they're they kept calling him by her, and people were like, I don't care about that crap. Like if you shoot a school,
yeah.
F your opinions.
Exactly.
Like whatever.
Exactly.
Who cares what you thought?
Yeah.
Like seriously. Like that argument just made me kind of mad because I'm like, who cares?
Yeah.
They shot kids.
Exactly.
They don't get to sit there. Like no one should be defending their pronoun choice.
Yeah, like
after
that's
they
ridiculous.
shoot some kids. Like that's ridiculous. Well, there people were. People were. I don't understand it. Well, what's this one? Oh, okay. Details about the Nashville shooter's gender. Oh, yeah, this was Details about the Nashville shooter's gender identity so confusing and disinformation. Hours after the fatal shooting at a private Christian school, police said the suspect was transgender. The narration has fed what one transgender calls disinformation ecosystem. What does that even mean?
Right.
The gender identity of the suspect in this week's Nashville school. This week's Nashville school shooting.
That's
Because there are going to be others.
yeah. That's
Has become one of the most central storylines in a horrific tragedy that left 6 people dead, including 3 9-year-old. I just, I got little girls. I got 2 little girls, and I'm not particularly scared for them to go to school, but I am aware it could happen.
yeah.
There was, and it's I'm not super paranoid about it, but I do like watch stuff now. Like, case in point, at my daughter's school, there's a guy who, so the school has like an entrance and an exit, normally with arrows, which I guess arrows are hard for some people to understand because this dude drove into the school through the exit.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't understand arrows, there's like a refresher course in that school, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they'll teach you how arrows work again.
Right.
Goes, parks in the parking lot at the edge of the school, which is fine. Then he gets out of his vehicle and he just walks up the street, like on the side of the school. And I'm like, and normally I wouldn't care, but I'm like, why is this dude like
Yeah.
walking up there. Like there's nothing but like it's just the side of the school where the fence is, and you can see the playground and like the
Yeah.
back of the school and stuff. And I'm like, what is this dude doing? And then he comes back and starts digging in the back of his truck. And I'm like, okay, that's a little sus.
What
Yeah.
the heck?
So he starts digging, and he had a camper shell on. So he opens the camper shell. He's like digging in the back of his truck, and I'm like, all right. Normally, like say 10 years ago, I wouldn't have thought a thing about it.
I know, yeah, that's
I wouldn't
so
have
true.
thought a single thing about it. I
Yeah.
would have been, oh, whatever, dude's digging back his truck, whatever, who cares?
Yeah.
This time though, I go to the office. I'm like, hey, there's a guy digging in the back of his truck. Like I told him exactly what happened. He pulled in through the exit, parked, walked up the side of the school, comes back, and now he's digging in the back of his truck. And the woman there, I think she got annoyed with me because she was like, well, he's part of a construction crew that's here. And I'm like, oh, okay. I not wearing any sort of construction vest. He just looks like some dude in a plaid shirt.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, all right, cool, that's cool. But that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
And like I said, 10 years ago, I wouldn't have thought a thing about it. But now I'm just like, why? Because the thing about him walking up the street threw me off. Because why did you park at the school and then just leave your vehicle and walk up the street?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you scoping out the back end of the school?
Yeah.
But apparently he was there to check on something in the back of the school or something like that. And you could see it from the fence, but I don't know why he's digging in the back of his truck. I didn't go and impress him about it. But let's say, let's say I am more than concerned about that behavior, and I go and confront him with a weapon. You know what I mean? So this is how stuff can get out of hand real quick.
Yeah.
I went and I talked to the people at the office just because I don't want to be that guy. And first of all, I mean this, you should never bring a gun to a school. I don't care if it's in your glove box. All right, let me rephrase that. If it's in your glove box and it's locked up, I understand that. Because you're not going to take your gun out every time you're going to go to a school.
Yeah.
I get that. But there are people who ride with, they have a holster on the side, like right on the side of their console.
Yeah.
Or they'll have it like in the dash, like in the middle of the dash. No. That is, I mean, honestly, and I don't drive around with a gun, but if I saw that, I'd be super nervous.
Yeah.
Like I'd be super nervous. Yeah. Oh no, I've gotten ads for that. Yep. I've gotten ads for that device. Not that device in particular, but devices like that. Yeah. Although that's not the one I saw. It was like kind of further in. The angle was down. I got an ad for something like that for my bike.
Oh really?
Yeah, I could strap my bike if I wanted to. I guess. Oh,
wow.
I'm not going to. But yeah, that's what I've seen before. Yeah, that's what I've seen before. But yeah, you should not bring that to a school.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I know you're gonna go pick up your kids real quick. I get that.
Yeah.
Do that at your house.
Exactly.
Or lock it up somewhere in your vehicle. I mean, lock it up.
Exactly.
Lock it up in your glove box. Something. I wouldn't. You can't play with that anymore.
You
can't. Look, like I said, I grew up in an area where guns were common. People having guns was common. Everyone I knew had a rifle. Every parent I knew had a rifle at some point.
Yeah. But nowadays
I started shooting when I was 12, 11 or 12. Well, there was that training thing. We had to do hunter safety at the school. By the way, I want to emphasize that. We did hunter safety at our middle school where we shot weapons across the street from our middle school in a field.
Can't do that nowadays.
But like, I want to say even before that, a little bit before that, my uncle, because the first thing I remember ever shooting was a bolt-action rifle. Because my uncle had a bolt-action rifle. And it's fun. Don't lie to you. It's
Really?
fall. Yeah. You pop, pat, and you flip up, back, down.
Huh.
You try to do it as fast as you can
Yeah.
without jamming it. It's fun.
Hmm.
It's fun. Shooting things off the back of a fence. I think we were shooting off the back of a fence. Like
Oh,
we would
really?
put like bottles or cans or something.
Oh,
And
okay,
you shoot
okay.
those. Yeah, it is fun.
Hmm.
I like that bolt action rifle. Did he have no? I want to say his was his iron sights, but that's just one of many guns he owned. I think the ones he let me and my brother shoot had iron sights on it. Chris is looking for a picture here. More like the, it's more, I don't remember. Man, I could be using the wrong term. Yeah, like, no, wait, go back. Like that. That is what I remember. That little sight right there. If that's even a sight, I just remember that. But yeah, shot that gun a lot. It was fun. Bullets were cheap. It was fun.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean that's part of it. That's part of the gun culture. It is fun.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun to like destroy something.
Yeah.
You know, like you
Not
have this
not a
like
person.
a can or a cup, and you shoot it and see how far it flies back. You know,
Yeah.
it is fun. But when you get older, you gotta understand. There's a point where you're just getting this stuff in case you shoot people. Like there are weapons out there. They're not for shooting cans. They're not for hunting. They're for shooting people.
That's true.
And I know AR-15 is the popular one. Everyone talks about the AR-15. That's one of the funny litmus tests I always hear about is like Second Amendment people always go, "Do you know what AR-15 stands for?" And people always say assault rifle, which is wrong. It's a company. It's Armalite, I believe it's called. Here's another fun. Here's a fun counter if anyone says that to you. The AR-15 is the light version of the AR-10 for women. The AR-15 is designed for women.
Oh wow,
Yes.
really?
Armalite wanted to make. It had the AR-10. I think the AR-10 might have been an auto. I don't remember. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Armalite. But they had they wanted to make a lighter version because they were trying to sell it to women, and so they came up with the AR-15.
Wow.
Yeah. As always, yeah. Yeah, see how it has a tripod stand?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got pistol grip. You see how where the grip where you hold it looks like a pistol?
Yeah.
That's called a pistol grip. Pistol grips are easier. And I'm not a gun expert or anything. But I grew up with them.
Yeah.
So I know a little bit about them. Now you grew up out here, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever actually held a gun or shot a gun?
I have once, yeah.
Okay.
So that was it. Just
Did you like it?
I mean, I don't know. I
Did
mean,
you-
I'm not really like a gun person, I
Okay.
guess. Like, I mean, I don't know. I guess I
Okay.
mean, I didn't really like it, I guess. I mean, I don't know, because it was just, I was just at a shooting range. I mean, it was fun, I guess,
Okay.
but I don't know.
Did you hit the target?
Close.
Close.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Just aim for the crotch area. Did you go out there by yourself or did some guy bring you out there?
Some guy bought
Yeah,
me.
that's usually what
Yeah.
happens. Some guy brings you out there.
Yeah.
Usually,
Yeah.
most women, not all of them, there are some women who are avid shooters and hunters, but
true.
most of
Yeah.
the time, you will go out there and you'll see a woman out there who's not dressed for it. Like she's dressed to go out.
Yeah.
And this dude thought a date at a shooting
Well, luckily
range was a
this
good
was
idea.
prepared. Luckily I was
Okay,
prepared
okay.
for this.
And she's like wearing heels. You're like, you're gonna
You're
fall
like,
over.
what? But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't really. I mean, it was fun. I mean, for me to own my own gun, no, I wouldn't own my own gun.
Okay.
Maybe for safety, I guess. It depends. Like, I guess it depends, like, where I live, I guess, like, depending on the state or the area.
Right.
Then maybe I would own my own gun if I was, like, living on my own.
Now, why does it matter the state or the area?
I mean, it just depends. I guess, like.
I'm not like trying to like, harp it. I'm just curious
I guess
about.
I meant, like,
Because technically, you live in the worst area.
What do you mean, like?
You live around a lot of people. Percentage-wise, some of them are going to be thieves, robbers, rapists, and murderers.
Yeah.
You live in an area that has a higher percent of thieves, robbers, rapists, and murderers.
Yeah.
So technically, here is the place you should own a gun.
Yeah. But I think it would be more so if I were living on my own.
Okay.
And then.
Like out in the sticks or out in the desert?
No, I mean, I guess it just depends. Like, it just depends, like, if the area that I'm living in is, if it's, like, if it's a bad area, like you said, if there's, like, a lot of theft or, robberies, then, if I'm living on my own, then maybe at that point, yeah, I'd probably,
Okay.
own a gun. Like I said, if I'm living on my own.
You gotta keep those people away from your Amazon packages. I get it. I get it. There's a video of this guy. There's people trying to take one of his packages off his porch. This dude comes out with a rifle, like a. It looked like a decked out. It was a decked out rifle too, a scope on it and everything. And they're like, "What'd you do?" or something like that. The car, like the car pulls up. Someone gets out to go get the package, right?
Yeah.
Dude in the house walks out with his rifle. Car takes off. Just left their friend.
Oh
Friend is running, trying to get back
gosh.
to the car. It was funny.
Wow.
It was funny. But
Wow.
I'm sure that will be a thing. Someone's gonna get shot over that at some point.
Yeah.
And like it's kind of a weird thing. You really shouldn't kill people over stuff. Like you really shouldn't kill people over stuff.
Yeah, you should.
But let's say you have a car and it's your only way to get to your job. Your job's the only way you pay your rent. And someone tries to take your catalytic converter.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
You might gotta shoot them. You might have to shoot them. I don't know. I'm not
Yeah.
saying you should. It's just stuff. But it's not like, because does someone cut your catalytic converter off? It's not. I don't know if insurance covers that. But there are a lot of people out there who don't have insurance, or they have liability. Liability is not going to cover that. So now you're out. You might still have your catalytic converter, but you have to get it fixed. You have to get that thing welded back on or whatever.
Yeah.
That's not going to be cheap. There is no Honest John's catalytic converter welding hub or anything like that. That's going to cost a lot of money that you probably don't have. So now, even though it is stuff, it will seriously mess up your life if someone does that.
Yeah.
So do you shoot them? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying you should shoot people over stuff, but I'm saying I would get it. I would understand.
Yeah, that is true. That's true.
And there is just off the top of my head, like what if you're stopping a robbery and you shoot 4 people? That's actually called a mass murder. That's a mass shooting.
Yeah.
That's a mass shooting right there.
Yeah.
But there's a huge difference between like people robbing stores versus people robbing people. Like people go and clear out a Target or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think people should die over that.
No.
I don't think the employees should get involved.
No.
I don't think you should be shooting people over that kind of stuff. Does the store take losses? Yes.
Yeah.
Will the store close? possibly if it goes on for too long. And I mean that's actually kind of a point because, like, what if that's your job, and the store closes because people keep stealing from it?
Yeah.
Now you're out of a job.
Yeah.
Because these people keep stealing.
That's
So do you shoot them? I mean, see, it's
but no.
it's kind of wild.
Yeah.
I don't think you should. But
no.
personal stuff, I don't know. Like, you shouldn't shoot people over. You shouldn't shoot people over stuff. But I understand. I understand. I really do. And that's even just guns in general. Guns are also a big power male fantasy. And that's perpetuated a lot by movies and games and whatnot. And I'm not saying that movies and video games lead people to commit gun violence. I am saying that gun violence is very prevalent in U.S. movies and video games. And though most people think it's fun because it's not real, there are people who build fantasies in their head off of that stuff. I was shooting people in Call of Duty. I must be good at this. It's like when they had what was that game? It's one of the guitar games. Rock Band?
Yeah, Rock Band.
Yeah. I had a friend who was a guitar teacher at, I think, Guitar Center.
Yeah.
And he would, every week there'd be someone coming in and going, "Oh, I'm really good at Rock Band. I think I should play guitar." It's not the same. It's not even close. Not even close.
I'm surprised people actually went in there
close.
Like that. Like, really?
No.
Wow.
The only thing I know that was close is there was something called, I think, Rocksmith, where you actually played like a small instrument and you hooked up to your computer, and I think it would actually teach you how to play that instrument.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I think you had I don't remember if they gave you a little one or you had to have your own guitar. We need an accordion smith to learn to play the accordion.
What's that?
Oh, accordion is this music instrument where it's like part piano, part windbag. Like, you basically I'm not the best person to describe it. Yeah, that's an accordion.
Yeah.
That is, I want to say that is the national instrument of North Korea, by the way. Weird Al Yankovic is also a wonderful accordion player.
Basically how it works is you play piano on one side, you have switches to play chords on the other, and you compress and decompress the air to create constant airflow. And what that does is runs it over a buzzer, and that'll create the sound.
So is that more like an organ then, since you're using air to go over the buzzer?
Technically, I would say it's more like a bagpipe, honestly.
Oh, okay. So it's a bagpipe with piano keys.
Interesting.
Yeah. Cool. So if you want to play the accordion, we can find you someone.
Right.
But back to guns. So yeah, I don't know what a good fix would be, because I do think there should be background checks, and different states are trying to find ways to work around stuff. Like, there are a lot of states who are trying to work around gun laws. And there are other states are trying to enforce stricter gun laws. California is trying to enforce stricter gun laws. I know that.
Yeah.
I think Texas has loosened their gun laws. Texas and Florida. Strongest laws: California, New Jersey, Connecticut. Yeah. And you'll hear people on the news going, "Wow, if they had stricter gun laws and things wouldn't happen."
Yeah.
But then it turns out there's shootings in the strict gun law states too.
Yeah.
They're shooting in California all the time.
They are.
They really
Constantly.
are. Yeah. Wyoming.
No one in Wyoming.
Yeah, there's 5 people in Wyoming with Ted Nugent. Oh, yeah, I think that news is in Montana. My bad. I think he's in Montana. Missouri, Idaho, Connecticut. Yeah. And there are some states that just basically don't have hardly any gun laws. But I don't know if they are more susceptible to gun violence than any other state. It's one of the things, and we've talked about this before, but I'm reiterate it. It's really hard to know what set of data to trust.
Yeah.
Because people like to manipulate it and take out points so that it looks like what they want it to look like. Oh, I gotta put my leg up for a second. I've got to get better chairs for us.
I know. I was like, I have to stand in a little bit. And I need a fee.
This is terrible. And they're nice chairs for like a party outside. But they are not good chairs for like riding for like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, not
They're
at
not
all.
good chairs. I apologize. Everybody can order. See, I want to get like that's a good chair.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think 2 of those are gonna fit. Well, they might, but we would like be hugging each other the entire time.
Yeah.
We'd be like, "Hey, how's it going, Nikita? Like, hey, how are you? Blah, 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 blah."
Right.
Right. I gotta figure something out. Maybe get some stools or spinny chairs or something. No, I don't want a stool. I need something to back to it. But anyway, we're way off topic here. We're talking about guns and we got into like chairs.
Right.
And that's my fault. But like, so what are your thoughts on say gun bans and whatnot? Like there was a proposal. We used to have an assault weapons ban in this country in the 90s, and that ban expired. I don't know why it expires. Like if some like things are gonna get better. Like that's the dumb. Like we're gonna have an assault weapons ban, cool, and you know it has a time limit on it. So you know after like 20 years, we're just gonna let it expire, and then we'll just see if people are better then.
Right.
Like that doesn't make any sense. So what are your thoughts?
I mean, I just think that. You know, I just think that, you know, I don't think it should be banned, but if somebody's going to own a gun, they should definitely go through like very strict, you know, training and, you know, like there should be very like, you know, strict rules and whatnot, you know, like, you know, if they were to break any of the rules, you know, there's going to be whatever happening to them. But yeah, pretty much it's just like, you know, I don't think it should be banned, you know, people should be allowed to have them. But like I said, they definitely have to go through, you know, strict training and, you know, reasons why they want it and, you know, that type of situation. And like, you know, and it has to be, you know, stored away and, you know, just kind of like that type of situation, you know.
What about like a gun registration?
Yeah. Like, yeah, I think that would be something that, you know, that should be put into place, you know, having some type of like registration for it, you know.
Okay. No, I agree with that. I mean, you have to register your car.
Well, yeah.
You have to register your car. You should have to register your guns too. Like I know the people out there. Well, I don't want the government knowing how many guns I have. Like,
and I mean that should be another thing too.
By the way, most people's lives are not important enough for the government to care about, no matter how many guns you own. Like that is another. I feel like that's a common power fantasy. People just assume that the government is watching them because they're eating Cheetos at midnight or whatever the hell. Like no one cares. No one cares what I'm doing. I know this by the amount of views we have right now. Like, nobody cares.
Like
the government is not watching us. You know, they got better things to do.
Yeah.
And same with most people. The government doesn't care. If you are, like, really rich or, like, super important and powerful, yeah. But even, like, the government doesn't care about most of its donors, technically.
Yeah.
Like, no one's calling up, you know, the head of In-N-Out and going, hey, we really need to know what you're doing. You gave us money.
No. No.
They just care about the money, really. That's really what they care about.
Exactly.
But yeah, no one cares. You have 20 guns in your house. Okay.
Right.
Like, okay. That just means if the government doesn't know you have 20 guns, what's going to happen is, well, first of all, they're not going to care. Let's say they go to your house. What are you going to do? Have a shootout with the government?
Yeah.
Like, where's that going to go exactly?
Yeah.
Like,
nowhere.
seriously, where is that going to go exactly?
Nowhere.
We are not at it. Even though people love to think we're on the brink of some sort of anarchy, we are not on the brink of any anarchy. We're not. People have tried.
Yeah.
There was a good attempt on January 6th.
Oh, God.
Right? There was a real good attempt on January 6th. Didn't work. There's not going to be a military coup.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing I know that might happen is there might be everyone's taught, people, just to go back, sorry. People have talked about a civil war for a couple of years now, too. That's been a topic. We are not there yet for a civil war. There are organizations that are trying, and what I mean by trying is they're not actually trying to get a civil war. They're trying to make money, so they say things like civil war to get you to click on their stuff so they can sell you like a mulcher or whatever. But most Americans are not into a civil war. There is a small group of both Democrats and Republicans who do promote not really a civil war, but separation. They're called separatists. There's a congresswoman, I think, that said that too. I don't know if it's Marjorie Taylor Greene or Bobart or one of the other ones, but one of the Congress people talked about that America needs a divorce.
Oh, wow.
Foolishness. But like the Civil War's not coming. No one's coming to your door. No one. And here's the other thing, and this has been shown a lot recently. If the cops go to your door and you answer with your gun in hand, they're going to kill you. Bottom line. There have been 2 recent things about that. The cops went to the wrong house.
Yeah.
Wrong house, wrong address. Knocked on the door. Guy didn't know who the hell it was. It was like 3 a.m. Answered the door with his gun. They shot that guy dead in his doorway with his family inside. Shot him dead. And I don't know. Yeah. That was in New Mexico? Yeah. A domestic violence call that ended in violence. So those guys, I'm pretty sure those guys are back at work.
Yeah. Sadly.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. All right. If no one answered their knocks on the door, police officers asked the dispatch to call the person who reported the incident and asked them to come to the front door. At some point, Dawson opened the door with his home with armed with a handgun. At least one officer shot at least one round from their gun, striking him and killing Dawson at the scene, according to state police citing body footage camera. Armed with a handgun, Dawson's wife exchanged gunfire with the police officers, but she was not injured, authorities said. Oh, good for her. Seriously, good for her. I'm glad she shot them. Like, domestic violence call shouldn't end in shooting.
Yeah.
Once again, officers fired. Once she realized that the individuals outsiders were officers, she put the gun down and complied with officers' command. I wonder if she's getting charged. The responding officers. Wait. Can you scroll back up just a second? Responding officers who were not injured in the shooting will not be publicly identified by the state police. Oh, okay. All right, it's unclear how many officers at the scene at the time of the shooting or how many fired their guns. I want to say I saw this video. It sounded like a decent amount. They filed a public request with the New Mexico police for the body cam footage. The video of the shooting is expected to be released within a week. Okay. Yeah. Second case of wrong location this week. There was I know there was another case some months ago where the police were called on a noise complaint. They banged on this guy's door. He answered with a gun, and here's the thing. So he answers the door. He has the pistol in his hand, but it's pointed. I think it's pointed down, and he sees her cops, so he starts putting it down. Cops pull. Shot him dead right there. You can see him start putting his gun down too.
Yeah.
And they don't care. They shot him dead.
Sad.
Yeah.
Sad.
Oh, okay. Was this awesome? Oh, this is in Arizona. Okay. Yeah, Ryan Whitaker. Yep. And he kept telling his wife to relax. They just shot her husband dead in his doorway, and they're like, just relax. Just relax. Telling her to relax. I don't know if those officers got fired or tried or whatever. Should have been.
Yeah.
Should have been. You shouldn't. No one should die from a noise complaint.
Exactly.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Yeah. They edited it? Well, this is disturbing if people want to look away. What? Oh. You telling us what happened? Huh. Okay. Oh, wow, that was 2020. It's already over 3 years ago. Jeez. I wonder if his wife was able to sue the city. I would sue. That's ridiculous. A noise complaint that ends in a shooting? Yeah. That is ridiculous. But this stuff happens. That's the problem. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's legal for you to own a gun. It's legal for you to carry your gun around your house. But if the police see you with that gun in your house, they will shoot you dead.
Yeah. That's sad.
This is a weird video.
Use the restroom. Okay. Unless we're gonna stop soon.
We could actually wrap this up.
Okay.
What time is it?
Like, I don't want to leave if you're gonna close it soon.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Okay.
That was a good 2.5 hours, something like that. So.
Oh.
A little less than that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. It was good. Thank you for everyone who watched us. So you got 1 person on Twitch, 2 on Kick, and 0 on YouTube. YouTube is not a great place to stream content. But we're going to keep trying.
Yeah. We're
going to keep trying. We're going to get a large YouTube following.
Eventually, yes.
And then we're probably going to get banned for some reason. Like, we'll mess up and say the wrong word, like midgets instead of little people or something like that, and just get banned. Right at the peak of our channel here. We're at the peak of 50 views.
Right.
But yeah, so basically, we talked about the choking, Iron Fist choking that guy out in New York. Yeah. The security guard who shot that guy for what we believe is he shouldn't have shot that guy. Like, that guy was leaving. gun violence.
Yes.
And our answer to gun violence, our answer is basically stricter gun control laws. But everyone says that legislation's not going to do anything about it right now.
Yeah.
And how dangerous it is to actually own a gun. If you get pulled over by the police and you have a gun, there's a good chance you're going to get shot.
Yeah.
A really good chance.
That's
So,
true.
like, what does that mean for gun owners? You know, and power fantasies. Talk about male power fantasies. Which, by the way, if you think you're going to live in a shootout with the police, that is a male power fantasy you've had, and that is not what's going to happen. That is not. They are more police than you, and you're not going to make it.
Right.
So do not get into shootouts with the police.
So.
All right. Anyway, that's it for me. My name is Aaron. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. If you have any suggestions or comments for topics that Nikita and I can talk about, by all means, put them in chat. Or if you're like one of the 3 people watching this on YouTube, please leave a comment. Anything you'd like to say before we go?
No, that's it.
One day, when I get better chairs, I'll do a summit.
Right.
So where we sit here for hours and
Right.
like, try to get people to watch us. And I'll try to wear something a little bit more revealing next time. I don't know what, but I'll try. All right, well, that's it. And as a famous YouTuber says, bye-bye.